Yes, namaste. Very good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir. Shall we start the session so that I can introduce you?
Yes, please.
Very good morning to one and all. On behalf of UGC, HRDC, Aurangabad Vidyapit, I, Dr. Pallavi Vartak, introduce here with you all our today's resource person, Mr. Mandar Bhanushe, sir. He is head of Faculty of Science and Technology at the Institute of Distance and Open Learning, University of Mumbai. He is member of Pratap Center of Philosophy, North Maharashtra University, member of Indian Knowledge System Subcommittee, which is Indian Knowledge System Subcommittee, which is formed under NEP 2020 Steering Committee of Maharashtra State. He is a founder chairman of Raising a Mathematician Foundation, that is RAM Foundation, India. It is an NGO working in the field of maths education. He is also a former member of International Council of Open and Distance Education, that is ICDE, Norway. Former member of Board of Studies in Mathematics and Students Grievances Redressal Committee of University of Mumbai. He has been conducting workshops for teachers and students on various subjects like free open source software like GeoGebra, LaTeX, content and learning management systems like Moodle, the CN.com, virtual learning environments like WizIQ, Aview, educational mobile apps, spoken tutorials, OER, Wiki Educator, e-content development. He has trained 16,000 plus teachers on various e-learning tools and technology through workshops and online webinars. He has delivered 59 talks on NEP 2020 National Curriculum Framework, National Credit Framework, and Bharatiya Knowledge Tradition, use of ICT at various universities and colleges in India through MMTT programs of their HRDCs. He regularly conducts workshops through his RAM Foundation for student, teachers, parents in the field of maths education and also for NET and SET, UPSC, MPSC examinations. He is a public speaker on various topics like role of youth in national reconstruction, science and technology in ancient Bharat, career counseling, etc. He is a receiver of National Award for Best Education Webinar Series at Indian Education Congress 2013, held in May 2013 in New Delhi. He is also receiver of National Talent Search Award in 2017-18, which is awarded by Indian Accounting Association Thane chapter. And on 5th of September 2022, the University of Mumbai felicitated him with a special award in recognition of the training of more than 16,000 teachers, which he did in the area of e-learning during the COVID pandemic. He has published various articles, papers at various international national conferences. He has 4 books in mathematics for BCom, A&F, BMS, and BSc IT courses to his credit. He has worked as resource person with IIT Bombay on a project of Maharashtra State to train 8,000 high school mathematics teachers under RMSA, that is Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan. He has successfully conducted online 4 credit course on UGC Swayam in the subject of mathematics for the June 2019 session with an enrollment of 2,230 students from 11 states of India, and for second cycle of January 2020, there were 1,300 plus enrollments. He is also the Swayam mentor of University of Mumbai Currently, he has initiated a Center for Excellence in E-Content Development, SEED, in IDOL, and is the coordinator of the center. So through this biodata, we understand that very resourceful personality is amongst us today on this occasion of the refresher course on e-content development and MOOCs. I welcome you, sir, to this session and to this refresher course on behalf of UGC, HRDC, MMTTC, Aurangabad University. And I request you to start the session. Thank you so much.
Many thanks, Madam. I am very thankful to the organizers, that is the HRDC department of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, for inviting me to have an interaction with all the participants here who have joined this refresher course. And if it is possible, maybe in the beginning for a few minutes, all of you can on your videos so that we can see each other just for a moment, so that we are all sure that there are human faces behind these black screens and no dummies are there. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm not able to see your names, but just numbers. Even the madam who introduced, I couldn't get her name. Parag sir, can you just mute your mic? Yeah. Okay. So very few of you have on the videos. So most of you are maybe still not accepting the post-COVID environment. So we are still into the COVID environment, because during COVID, it was like this, that people were conducting webinars, but there were only black faces on the screen. So maybe that has been still continued. Okay, so once again, a very good morning to all of you. And I'll begin the session by asking you a question. What is the title of today's session? If anybody knows what is the title for me, what I'm going to do, is it known to you? So you can use the chat or you can use the microphone.
So we don't know the exact title of your session today.
Okay. Yes, anybody else?
A pictorial glimpse of e-content creation.
That is a promotion basically.
Okay,
Madam
sir,
read my CV, and in that the last line in the CV was, I am coordinating a Center for Excellence in E-Content Development, which is a very new initiative of University of Mumbai, and wherein we are conducting through which we are conducting training programs for college and university teachers in the area of 4-quadrant learner-centric e-content. And secondly, we are creating online courses. So as of now, we have initiated 6 Swayam courses and 12 another online courses which University of Mumbai is going to host, and 12 courses of another universities. So that is what we have currently into. Okay, so that is why that promo, this is a promo picture. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to talk with you and discuss with you for the next, how much, 2 hours I have? How much time do I have? 11 to 1 or 11 to 2? What is it? Anybody from the organizing committee?
So it is 11 to 1:30 or 1:45.
Okay, it's fine. So it is 11:14, 11:15 right now. So I will be continuing up to 1 o'clock. And if required, we'll extend by 15 or 30 minutes with the permission of all the participants. The only condition other than the permission of the participants is the active participation of the participants. So in the chat, I would like to know your subjects. Please write in your subjects: English, Hindi, Marathi, mathematics, economics, political science, sociology, whatever subjects you teach. Just drop in the chat your subjects which you teach. I'm sure all of you are allowed to put the message in the chat, right? Somebody has written that the video is not allowed by the organizers. Fine. So we have mathematics, sociology, education, history, geography, English, Sanskrit. HRM comes in which subject? Management. Then we have education and science, a combination of both. Okay. Education, management, right? Computer science, good. C++ is computer science or IT. So we can talk about the broader subjects and not the programs and courses which we teach. So computer applications, management, science. Okay. And what else? Computer applications. So how many people are there? 30 people, right? So I have not received 30 replies. These are less than 20. Okay, my subject is also mathematics, by the way, and I am very happy to see so many people from science background here. Of course, I am also happy to see the others. All are welcome. Okay. Any other replies? Still waiting to chat? Put the message in the chat. Are you all comfortable if I speak in English, or you want to change my language into English, Hindi, English, Marathi, or any kind of combination?
Combination, sir.
Combination of what? But
In English, Hindi.
Hindi. Okay. You are from which state?
Maharashtra.
Then why you want Hindi? You want to test my Hindi probably.
National language.
No. Are the participants from other states in this?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I am West Bengal.
From which? Okay. Which state? Somebody said I couldn't hear you.
I am West Bengal, sir.
West Bengal. Oh. আপনি কেমন আছে?
স্যার ভালো আছে।
ভালো আছে?
আপনি কেমন আছেন? হ্যাঁ।
খুব ভালো. Good. So somebody from Karnataka also is there. Fine. So I'm happy to see that all participants are interested. The proof of the interest is this message is in the chat. Otherwise, all these FDPs and online webinars are just for the namesake. So I'm very happy that all of you are eager to participate. The second question for all of you, before I begin, I share my screen with the presentation on the screen. How many of you of these 29 people in this group have created an online course? Okay, what is the question? The question is that you have created an online course and hosted somewhere. Maybe on Udemy, EDX, Coursera, Swayam, or your local some platform, created an online course and hosted an online course. Okay, if you have not done, then write in the chat no. Just like Dr. Archana has written, no. Okay. And if it is really possible for all of you and you are comfortable with using Zoom environment, and if the organizers are allowing you, in addition to your this whatever roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, you can write your name also. So like Dr. Archana, I can read 29 Dr. Archana. So I can read her name as well as the number. If you can rename yourselves, I would be able to interact with you. Otherwise, I have to call you by the number. It will sound like Kaidi number 18 and Kaidi number 20 kind of. So we are all teachers. So if you can just add your names by renaming your profile name, if it is possible for you and if it is allowed, I would be very happy to interact with you by taking the names also. But if not, then fine. Sometimes you might have to introduce yourself. So somebody has written created on YouTube. So creating on YouTube, do you think that is an online course basically? That is a video, right? If you create something on YouTube and you host it on YouTube, it is a video, right? So 2-3 people have written 8, 14 and 22. If you can just use your mic and let me know that how do you think this YouTube video is an online course? Okay. Yes, Kaveri madam.
Sir, just I created the programming videos and I shared on YouTube, but that will be available for only my student. I make it as in private.
Listed or kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, but then is it a course?
No, sir, it is not course.
Okay.
It's just
So you are clear about this. I just want to
Yeah.
verify the concept of an online course is clear to all or not.
that is not a course, sir. I just
Okay.
create my content and I'm sharing to my student only.
Yeah, but that is very good. So I will give you a thumbs up for that. Congrats to all those 4 people who have mentioned, like Professor Pradeep is there, then somebody by 22 and somebody by, okay, Ram sir is there and Kaveri madam. Fine. Rest all have, almost all have replied no. So again, this is a good sign. Why do you think this is a good sign that you all have written no? Because when you don't know anything, it is the best thing to start with. Okay, otherwise what happens is that sometimes, no, in education technology and education pedagogy, we use this word many a times. Okay, those are from education background will understand the importance of that. And that the word is unlearn certain things. So in learning, there is sometimes you don't have to learn something new. You have to unlearn certain things. That is another way of learning. So in case you are not actually aware of what is this e-content development, what is this MOOC and how to go about it, then we are actually in a very good situation. Okay. And last request for all of you. What is the last request? I don't know how you have joined this particular session, whether on mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop. Ideally, a desktop or a laptop is recommended because I'm going to give you some work to do in between. Right? So you need a pen and paper, a notebook, some kind of environment where you can write. If you are too much comfortable, you can use the Word file on your laptop and just type it. No need to use a pen and paper. But I would recommend everybody to have something to write besides you. Even if you're using a mobile phone, take out some diary, notebook, and take a pen and keep it ready because I'm going to ask you to reflect upon many things. Okay, with that as a small suggestion, and thanks to number 12 who has replied that he or she is using a laptop, let me begin the presentation for all of you. Okay. Please let me know if you're able to see the screen. Is the screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Fine. So we are going to today talk about how do we design e-content and how do we design an online course. So two things we are going to discuss today. We are going to discuss about how do we design e-content, and also we'll be seeing how do we design online courses, both the things we want to do. And before I again begin the first slide of that, as you can see, my 50% of the slide, master slide, is a laptop with a pen. Okay, so I am using both the modes. I want to have digital environment also. I want to have a physical environment also. So some pen and paper is required. Some laptop also is required for digital work. And there is no poll option on this Zoom link, unfortunately. So I have to ask questions, and that is a good way to, because I will be making you write every time. In the chat, please let me know in just 2 replies, yes or no. Are you interested, given an opportunity, are you interested in offering an online course in the next academic year? That is in 2024-25, June 24. Given an opportunity, are you interested to create and offer an online course in the coming semester, not this semester? Okay, so I can see how many yeses I can see. I can see many yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 responses, all 12 are yes. 13, 14, okay, 14 yes. 15. Slowly people are thinking yes to write yes or no. Don't worry, I'm not going to physically come to your universities and check the next academic year, right? It is a voluntary work. Do you feel, are you in a mindset? Are you in that kind of thought process? Are you really from inside, innerly motivated that yes, this is next semester my plan of action that I want to offer an online course, come what may, given an opportunity. I have used this disclaimer. I'm not saying by just, are you ready? I'm saying given an opportunity and you have the entire backup with you, the support staff with you, are you interested? That is the question for all of you. And I can see all 14, 16 people replying yes to that. Some people are really thinking whether to say yes or no. Okay. Those who have not replied, can I just get some kind of answer from them? Why have you not replied in the chat? What is that stopping you to put in the chat no? Or what is that is stopping you to write maybe? I don't know. I am not sure. If not yes, there has to be some other answer. Okay, I've got because I've said it with so much of force. I've got Suhas writing it yes finally. So ye to manega nahi. Unless we write yes, this person is not going to move ahead. Even if you write no, I am anyway going to talk about, because the title, as you can see, is about how to design e-content, how to design online courses. But friends, sincerely I feel each one of us, without any exception, should try to put this goal. Write it somewhere on the wall where you sit at your home, in your office, in your college, in your university department. Write it in with nice colored sketch pen and put it in front of the wall where you sit. Next academic year, I will be offering an online course. Write this in your notebook. If you have taken a notebook next to you, this is the first thing. Decide today before I begin the first slide. When the moment I finish the last slide, I'm sure all of you will say, yes, now I have got the confidence that I am really going to offer. In the beginning, I was little skeptical, little doubtful, little worried. Okay, what will happen? How will I do? How will I do it alone, etc. So many questions. There can be many questions in your mind. Keep those questions as it is. As we proceed in this entire presentation in the next 1.5 hours, I will definitely try to see that you have got answers to each and every question. And if any question is left out, please feel free to drop in at any time and ask the question and get it clarified in this session itself. Okay. I have given you my contact email ID, my mobile number. If you call me on this number, you will not get connected. Okay. Disclaimer. So even if you try to call, that is how I work. So you have to put a message if you want to interact with me in the near future. So this will not come in the end, and this presentation will be there with the organizers. If you require the PPT, I will share it with you. After share it with the organizers, they can share it with you in return. Fine. So are you ready? Shall we begin?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Good. So here is an first activity for you. Okay, write down these things. Okay, what are the things which are there on the screen? And the question to all of you is, don't jump to give answers. Okay, I'll give you 30 seconds, 60 seconds to think about this. Okay, think about this. Give 60 seconds to yourself. Don't jump to giving answers in the chat. And the moment I say, please reply, then you can put in the chat. Till that time, just hold on. Okay, hold your patience. Okay, not your breath. You can breathe normally. So there are certain images in front of you, and the question is this all enough to prepare a tea for your visitors, for your guests, for your relatives? Okay, whatever you can say. Some people have come to your home, to your office, and you are supposed to prepare tea. This is all what you have with you. Is this all enough to prepare and make tea? Okay, take 30 seconds. Why are you jumping to answers? I didn't say reply, right? Don't jump to answers. Let me give 30. Why are you jumping to give answers? My God, 4 or 5 people are so impatient. Wait. Listen to me carefully. Don't jump. Because you will be putting a bias on others to think, right? The others will see your answer and they will also be tempted to write similar answers. Because that is how we all are trained, no? Just look here and there. Baएं देखो, दाएं देखो, and so 21, 22, 4, 1, 8. Okay, why have you replied so fast? I have not asked to put any message in the chat. Is there any process to delete the chats? You should not use this. Okay, we expect our students to be obedient. Our teachers should be obedient first. Okay, fine. Now let us put the message in the chat. So already 4 or 5 people have replied. The rest of the participants also please reply whether is this enough to prepare tea. If not, then you either use your mic or the chat to give this answer. What is more required?
Sir, we would need to have a utensil.
Okay, so one thing is, I hope all of you are listening as well as writing it down. because somebody has to compile it later on, what all things are missing. So somebody has said utensil. What else is missing?
Lighter, gas.
Gas. Gas means the shigdi is there, the cylinder is not there. Okay. Right?
Ten.
Sir,
Cylinder.
saucepan.
Cylinder. Okay. What else?
Saucepan, sir.
Lighter, sir.
Prosper.
Sir, may I, sir?
Yeah, please.
सर प्रोसेस नहीं पता कैसे बनेगा, मेथड जो होता है सर.
Okay,
हाँ.
so you need the process. How to prepare tea? Well, mix everything and just aag jala do, aag laga do. No, that will not work. So process is required. Fine. Please write down these answers. Okay, process is required. What else?
जे भांडे आहे चहा बनवायचं ते भांडच नाही या ठिकाणी कशात बनवणार
Okay,
चहा?
so utensil is not there. चाय बनाने के लिए जो बर्तन चाहिए वो नहीं है. और क्या नहीं है?
सर चाय बनाने के लिए कैसे करते हैं उसे, वो जो
प्रोसेस. तो वो एक सर ने बताया कि प्रोसेस नहीं दिया है. ठीक है. और
gas connection, gas
गैस
connection,
कनेक्शन.
missing.
Pipe is missing.
Ah, where
Okay.
is pipe and where is cylinder, sir?
Okay, cylinder somebody else has already
लाइटर भी
answered.
नहीं सर वहाँ पे लाइट.
Okay, lighter is not there. Fine.
सर चाय बनाने वाला भी
चाय बनाने का वाला भी चाहिए. but आप है ना, you are going to prepare the tea.
Ah, okay, okay.
Sir,
Okay, but you can write
will
it down. You can write down these answers. Yes, please.
will to make tea is important.
Are you willing to prepare tea? This is by force, right? Guest आ गए, अभी क्या करे? There is no option. You have to prepare tea for them, right? Okay, but inner motivation is required. Inner will is required. Otherwise, चाय अच्छी नहीं बनेगी. ठीक है. और what else is required?
सब मुझे तो लगता है कि बन सकती है with ingredients that are there. It is, I mean, sufficient to make the tea.
Whatever is given is sufficient enough to prepare tea, right? Okay.
Visual, sir.
Hmm?
Visual.
Diesel.
Visuals.
Vigil means vessel. What you are saying?
Visual, sir.
I couldn't understand. Basically, voice is also not clear. I could hear vigil something, but vigil is not clear to me. What is vigil? Yes, please.
Before preparing the tea, we need to know what our customer or the person to whom we are preparing, what is there, what do they really want. Depending upon that, we need to prepare.
Okay. 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 So what is your good name?
My name is Rupa, sir.
Rupa. Okay. Now, because Rupa madam has given an answer, if you have heard it, I don't know whether you have heard it or not, but then that is really making me ask you a supplementary question. The primary question was what? Is this all what is there in front of you enough to prepare tea? And you all have replied with your observations. Very good answer. The supplementary question is, even if you add all that what was missing as per whatever you people have said, even if you add all those missing items in that, whatever tea is now prepared, what is the guarantee, or is there any guarantee that your guest will like that tea? Did you get the question? Even if you add all those missing things in the picture, okay? After that, whatever you prepare, the question now is, will that whatever you have prepared with these all ingredients added to that and utensils and cylinder and process added to that, whatever is now made called as tea by you, will it be liked by the guest for whom you prepared it?
Can you repeat what you?
Will the guest like whatever you prepared, even if you add all the utensils, cylinder and etc. all to that? Whatever you prepare, ये सब जोड़ने के बाद भी आप जो बनाएंगे वो चाय जिसके लिए आपने बनाई उसको पसंद आएगी कि नहीं आएगी? इसका कुछ गारंटी है? इसका कुछ वारंटी है? Can't say. Can't say. Why you can't say? What are the reasons? क्या है reason? Added?
100% पसंद आएंगी सर.
पसंद आएगी? You're sure?
Yes.
Okay, then what is the reason?
We don't know, sir. Everybody's need is different.
Yes.
And किसको
Yes,
कैसे
please.
चाहिए?
Preferences.
Hey, hold on. What is your name?
Pallavi
Who said
Vartak.
this?
Pallavi Vartak.
Pallavi. Yes, what did she said, Pallavi madam, right now? You should be knowing the need, the choice, the likings. क्या उसको पसंद है, कौन से प्रकार के स्ट्रॉन्ग टी पसंद है, टी विद लॉट ऑफ मिल्क पसंद है, टी विद लॉट ऑफ शुगर पसंद है, टी विदाउट शुगर पसंद है, ब्लैक टी पसंद है. See, there are tea is also of so many 100 different types, right? Lemon tea, black tea, white tea, this tea, that tea. You prepare tea as per the ingredients given to you by the process being taught. So somebody taught you some process, somebody gave you the manual, you prepared it. It's in spite of all these efforts, the question still remains whether those people who drank those tea, for whom you prepared the tea, are they really going to like it? So there was one participant who said absolutely they will like it. I would like to know the reason from you. How are you so sure that they will like it?
सर प्रॉपर प्रिपेयर करते हैं तो उनको जरूर पसंद आएगा.
लेकिन मुझे दूध वाली चाय पसंद ही नहीं है. आपने मुझे पूछा किधर कि दूध डालूं कि न डालूं.
नहीं प्रॉपर प्रिपेयर करते तो इसका मतलब पूछ के ही प्रिपेयर करेंगे ना सर.
ये आपने बताना चाहिए ना, पूछना चाहिए, ये लिखना चाहिए आपने, है ना. इसको जोड़ना चाहिए हमने. See, why I am saying this is, I am not trying to counter you. I am trying to bring in front of you a larger picture. Now you tell me, why did I put this slide as a first slide? Is it related to something called as content creation? It is related to something like offering an online course. Is it related to that? If yes, how? How do you think it is related to designing e-content, designing online courses? Yes?
Sir, may I?
Yes, 24, but I need to know your number. Name.
This is Swati, sir.
Okay.
Roll number 20. Sir, you showed the picture of this tea making ingredients. So it just shows that ingredients or availability of different resources are there. But is that going to make it something productive and relevant and need based or not? Is something that we have to think. Is what I understand.
Correct. You are absolutely right. See, this is a question which we all teachers should ask to our own self. We should ask this question to our own self, that all that resources which we have, all that ingredients which we have, all that tools which we have, softwares which we have, we may be having a good team of teachers and colleagues who are going to assist us in creation of e-content, in creation of online courses. In spite of having all that, whatever I prepare, if one of the participants whom I countered with the question that how are you sure? So he answered, he gave a very nice answer. In fact, that is the reasoning why we are discussing this slide. He gave an answer that I am going to ask you and then prepare the tea. Now think of this analogous situation where you are going to create an e-content, where you are going to create an online courses, for which who are the participants who are you don't know as of now. So if you are going to offer an online course, if you are from say Karnataka, I am in Mumbai, I am going to take your online course, but did you interact with me beforehand when you are preparing the course? Is it possible to talk to the probable learners, the prospective learners? In my online course, there will be 2000 students. Am I going to interact with these 2000 students beforehand? Do I know them? No. Then how do you actually implement this thought, which is a very good thought, that you should talk to your learners before you do it? It means we have to put yourselves in the shoes of the mindsets of learners and look from their perspective, what is actually their requirement. That is something which we all teachers have to understand. Are you agreeing to this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Let us go to the next slide. Okay, a second activity for all of you. Can you spot the difference between the picture which is there on the right hand side? There is a picture on the right hand side which is titled as pre-planned online courses, and there's a picture on the right hand side below that, emergency remote teaching. What do you see as a difference between the two? Do you see some difference between the right hand side? Two ships, two ship and a small boat. Difference between the two?
Sir, in pre-planned online courses, we might enjoy the facilities, but whereas in emergency remote teaching, there are no facilities.
So who
And
will
we do
enjoy?
it-
Who will enjoy?
None.
No. Who will enjoy in the ship, in the cruise up? No, who is enjoying?
Sir, in fact, it's a win-win situation for teachers and the students.
Absolutely correct. Very good. The moment you have a pre-planned online course by taking into account the pedagogical things, the technological things, the requirements of the learners, prospective learners, if you prepare an online course by doing all these kind of things, then not only the learners who enroll into your online course will be like the situation on the top of the picture, the cruise where people are merrily sitting there enjoying, music is going on, they are really happy. The students, the learners will be happy, and the teachers who created these online courses, they also will be happy. They will be sitting on the deck and they will be enjoying the show. But on the contrary, what we did during the COVID pandemic, right? The left-hand side picture is a representation of that picture. What was happening in the online classroom, just as we have blank screens today also in this group. How many people are here? More than 30 people are here. When I asked to put on the videos, not more than 10 people were able to put on their videos. Now, this is exactly similar story. This boy in the COVID time, no, he's just sleeping, lying down. He's enjoying, no? Students like to sleep, enjoy, dance, play. And who is watching the video of that online class? The teacher is shouting, doing some mathematics, just like me. Okay, I'm also a maths teacher. And who is watching this online video? The photo, the image, the duplicate, and the parent behind this curtain, the mother is really worried what will happen to my child's education. This online education is all bakwas. It's a farce. Why this kind of thoughts came, and they have still got solidified in the minds of parents, students, and even for some instance in some percentage teachers. It is only because we didn't do it in a pre-planned way. It was an emergency remote teaching for all of us. Suddenly, one fine day, we have to convert everything into an online mode. So it happened like that. Now the situation is gone, right? The pandemic is gone, and now we are entering into the new era, which is called as a blended learning, hybrid learning. That is called as a new normal in today's terminologies. How are we going to face this situation? How prepared are we in this situation to act as per the requirements? That is something, a challenge in front of all of us. Now, there are two extremes which we are supposed to handle as far as a teaching community is concerned. This is one extreme where we have a mindset of teachers, which is that everything which is black and board, which is blackboard, chalk and board, that is the best teaching method. So we have this teacher which is from a school in Africa. Unfortunately, this teacher is doing so because of some other reasons. Okay, so the reasons are no electricity, no internet, etc. But it is an example just to show as a representation of the first extreme side where everything is chalk and board. So the Microsoft Office also is being taught using a chalk and board, and the Microsoft Office, the word page is drawn by the teacher on the screen, and the teacher is showing what is where in the Microsoft Office Word document when you open it. Now, this is one extreme where everything which is old, everything which is blackboard, chalk and board is good, best. Nothing else other than can replace that. And then we have the other extreme on the right side or left side, whatever you can say, whichever extreme. And that extreme is that everything which is technology based is the best in today's world. So this teacher is telling to the students in the class, the blackboard has pen, pencil, ink, paper drawn on the board. And the teacher is telling to the students who have come with a laptop, tablet, and iPhone and all that kind of smartphones, today we are looking at ancient artifacts. So he tells to the students that these are ancient artifacts. In ancient times, people were using pen, pencil, paper. Today's people use all kind of smart gadgets. So this is the second extreme of the kind of teachers which we have. When we talk about blended learning, when we talk about flipped learning, when we talk about hybrid learning, we are trying to find out or we are trying to optimize the learning of the learners. That is basically the point which we also should understand. That we are not supposed to take the extreme sides, but we are supposed to become a bridge. Why we are supposed to become a bridge? Because we have to take everything together. Till today, many people will say, no, till today in India, we have not got the technology, the internet reaching towards the last person. Yes, it is true. But see the speed in which the exponential growth in the use of smartphones, in the use of mobile internet, in the use of 4G, 5G technology, the way in which the technology is reaching out to the rural and tribal areas also, where we have the National Broadband Mission of Government of India, which says by 2025, every Gram Panchayat will be covered with a 50 Mbps optical fiber line. Okay, now that is something which is quite interesting to know, that if that is really going to happen, then every Gram Panchayat, every village would be having an optical fiber internet connection. In that case, we cannot just say, no, everything is black and white for us. Okay? We have to move little forward. What is the expectation of the Gen next? We have to accordingly try to design our delivery of the subject. So first activity for all of you. I hope, as I said, you have a pen and paper with you. So this activity you have to write down the answers in the activity. What do you think is the difference between a classroom few decades ago and now? Okay. आज से कुछ दशक पहले, कुछ साल पहले, 20 साल पहले, 30 साल पहले, तभी का जो क्लासरूम था और आज का जो क्लासरूम है, उसमें क्या आपको फर्क लगता है विद रेफरेंस टू फर्स्ट पॉइंट, द रोल ऑफ टीचर्स, पहले का रोल क्या था, आज का रोल क्या है, एंड द स्टूडेंट्स एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन. ठीक है, ये दोनों के जवाब आपके नोटबुक में पेन पेपर लेके आप लिखिए. If you are using your laptop or desktop, you can type it in the Word file or wherever you are comfortable. I'll give you 60 seconds, 1 minute, and then we'll take answers to your these activity-based 2 questions. I'll just sip a few drops of water. And whoever finishes answers to both the things can just raise hand. Raise hand option is there on the Zoom link, right? If it's on the Zoom app, there is a place where you can go to the options and you can raise your hand. So I would be able to see your hand raised, okay, immediately, and then I can give you a chance to reply. So I have 27. 27, can you rename your profile with 27 and your name? There is an option if you go to your name, no, you can just right click, or the 3 dots are there. You can go and rename yourselves. You can add 27 followed by your name. Okay, so you can retain that number 27. I'm just waiting for 60 seconds to get over, and then I can take answers from all of you. Those who have finished, you just raise your hand so that we can get the numbers. As of now, only one participant has raised hand, so I can see only one person is knowing it. Okay. Two people have raised hand. So Parag sir, your number is 27 or what?
Hello.
Your number was 27?
Parag 20.
20. You actually rename yourself by that 20 and your name, Parag Sontakke. Otherwise, the organizers, while taking attendance, no, they will be having a problem. तुम्ही तुमच्या नावाच्या पुढे आधी तुमचा नंबर लिहून टाका, म्हणजे मग अटेंडन्स घ्यायला सोपं जाईल ऑर्गनायझर्सना. ठीक आहे. So we have two people raising the hand, 21, Sucheta. Okay. Let us take 1 minute is already over. So let us take with the first answer. Role of teachers. Parag sir, what is your answer?
Facilitator today. Facilitator.
Okay. So according to you, now the role of teachers has become of facilitators. What was it few decades ago?
It was traditional classroom teaching, and he was thought to be guru.
Traditional classroom teaching was the thing which was there few decades ago, and now the teachers have become facilitators.
And he was expected to be the guru.
So now you are not expected to be a guru?
It is expected to have techno-savvy teachers today.
Now you want to become a cool guru.
आता संस्कार करण्याच्या ऐवजी त्यांना टेक्नॉलॉजी थ्रू शिकवावं असं अपेक्षित आहे.
पण म्हणजे संस्कारक्षम झालेत का सगळे? संस्कार त्याची गरज नाही राहिली
आता नाही हायर एज्युकेशन मध्ये.
तुमचं विधान फारच धाडसाच आहे, म्हणजे चांगलं पण आहे एका तरी, पण त्याच्यावर पुनर्विचार करायला लागेल. ठीक आहे, अजून 2 जणांनी हात वरती केले. सो कॅन वी टेक सुचेता?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is your thoughts related to the question 1 and 2?
Sir, in my opinion, today, as sir has rightly mentioned, the teachers are more of a facilitators now rather than just teaching. But please forgive me if I say this, that earlier teachers were expert in only one field. They used to teach, and जसं आता सरांनी सांगितलं की ते घडवायचे मुलांना. Now teachers are jack of all and master of hardly one. Teaching चा वेळ खूप कमी आहे आणि क्लरिकल कामं खूप जास्त आहेत.
I agree to your point. I am not disagreeing to your point. And that's why, see, my question is an open-ended question. I am not leaning towards a particular direction. So what was the role of teachers? So I would like to get some answers from the remaining people who have raised hand. So Swati, you can reply. But what I expect from your reply, Swati, now is that maybe you also will be agreeing to the point raised by both of the previous speakers that teachers have become facilitators. But I would be interested to know what is that they are going to facilitate as per your thoughts.
Ultimately, it is about facilitating learning.
Okay. And what about the students' access to information?
Yes. So the role that teacher earlier had and today have, and also the access to information, about that I want to say is that today the access to information is equal for teacher as well as to the student. So there is no difference in the availability or accessing the information, unless at all there are some other issues of inavailability of the resources itself. But otherwise, in general terms, it is available at least in the domain. And second thing I feel is that the earlier teacher was expected to teach with the resources that were traditionally available, say Blackboard or whatsoever, or even lecture method. But today we cannot imagine a teacher giving a lecture by lecture method. There has to be integration of a technology which we assume as a 21st century skill and requirement, and this is something that is needed. So this is the difference I see.
Fine, good. Kaveri madam. Meanwhile, 25 number, whoever it is, can you also add your name to your profile? Yes, Kaveri madam.
पहिले जे सर होते त्यांना असं वाटायचं की माझी नैतिक जबाबदारी आहे की मी क्लासमध्ये जाऊन मुलांना शिकवलं पाहिजे, आणि मुलांना पण वाटायचं की हे माझं कर्तव्य आहे की सर जे सांगतात, जे शिकवतात ते मी शिकलं पाहिजे आणि पुढे गेलं पाहिजे. आणि आजच्या याच्या बरोबर जर मी कंपेअर करायचं ठरलं तर आज हे एक काम म्हणून पाहिलं जातं, हे माझं काम आहे, कर्तव्य म्हणून नाही टीचर पाहत, काम आहे हे माझं, मला कम्प्लीट करायचं. आणि पहिलं नैतिक जबाबदारी म्हणून ते करायचे. आणि विद्यार्थ्यांना पण काय वाटतं की नाही आता ठीक आहे, जेवढं कमी शिकवतील सर तेवढं बस झालं, मला जास्त नको. पहिले मुलांना इच्छा असायची की खूप नॉलेज मिळावं, आता मुलांना वाटतं कमी याच्यामध्ये कसं होऊन जाईल, काम कसं धकून जाईल, हे पाहतात आज.
ठीक आहे, चालेल. विशाखा मॅडम.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think so. The role of a teacher in like past decade, it was more teacher centric. It was related only to guide, to tell the information, knowledge. And when it come to the access to the information, it was restricted to the library, to the print media. Like teacher used to ask to go to the library to read the material, sort of that kind of a thing.
And for the students' access to information?
Sir, library was the one of the most important source, and the teacher itself, whatever the
Correct.
teacher used to tell, the student has to follow only that much thing. So
Right.
authentic information source was teacher and the library.
Right. Good. Nice. We'll take one more response from Suhas, sir.
Sir, motivate the students for thinking. That is the role of teacher. And second thing, sir, information is from observations. More than 78% student learn from observation.
Okay, so let me give you my thoughts on that. I am not going to give a judgmental statement that this is right and this is wrong, because this is a very prominent question which is there in my mind, and generally I use all training sessions to get inputs from the teachers who are participating from different corners of this country. I was very fortunate because during COVID also and post-COVID, I have interacted with more than 16,000 teachers through various faculty development programs like this. So what is that I try to gather from all of them and would like to compile and put in front of you is that, see, the question which I kept in front of you is, what is the difference, okay, between the role of teachers few decades back and the role of teachers today? And that also has an underlying question, what is the similarity, what is the continuity which was there before also and which is there now also? I'll give answers to both of them as per what I have gathered from interaction with so many people. See, initially the role of teachers, what was there and what is still there today and what will still be in the future is that to be a friend, philosopher and guide of the students who are there in my classrooms or whatever your students, whoever your students are. See, the existence of a teacher is because of a student. If I ask you this question, that will there be any situation where there is a student but there is no teacher? ऐसे हो सकता है क्या कि स्टूडेंट है लेकिन उसका कोई टीचर नहीं है? ऐसे सिचुएशन हो सकती है क्या? तो if you ask this, then answer to that is yes, that is possible. But if I ask you the reverse question, the opposite of this, that there is a teacher but there is no student, then the answer will be no, this is not possible. If I am a teacher means I have to have some students, right? The existence of teachers is because of the students. So the whatever came from as different pointers from a few of the participants, I would like to put forth in front of you this point, that the role of teachers to be a friend, philosopher and guide and to give proper sanskar to the learners is a universal thing, and it is beyond time zone. It was there in the past, it is there today, it will be there in the future also. What has changed basically is that earlier the teachers were just teaching. Okay, now they have to become facilitators of the learning process. Means what? See, this is the problem is also with the word, English word. Okay, in English we have these two words, teachers teaching and learners learning. So there are two different words. So we tempt to feel that these are two different things. But take for instance any Indian language, take Hindi, take Marathi, take Kannada or take Bengali. Okay, I could gather these two languages from the participants. I don't know about the others. The root word is learning in all Indian languages. Let us take Hindi, Sikhna, Sikhana. In Marathi, Shikne, Shikavine. So the root word is always learning in Indian concept of education. Learning is the root of everything. Shikavine, Sikhana, ये उसके ऊपर की क्रिया है. In what is in Kannada and Bangla, you can just put in the chat also. You can use your microphone and let me know. But it is Adhyayan, Adhyapan. Always. So for us as teachers, we need to understand this basic fact that learning has to be facilitated. That is the core work of the teacher. For the second point, students' access to information We need to understand that earlier teacher and library were the only source of information for them. But now the source of information has grown up in an exponential way. There are so many search engines and there are so many tools available for which information can be gathered. Most important work for a teacher in a classroom now is to teach the learners how to segregate the information and extract the knowledge from the information and transform your knowledge into wisdom. Mahiti, Jnana, and Pradnya. These are the three different things which we have to understand. This is what we have to understand. Now, all this I am explaining not because we are confined to doing offline learning. This is more important to think when we are dealing online learners. In offline learners, at least we are able to see the learners in front of us. They are sitting in front of us. But in case of online learners, we are not able to see. We are not able to guess what their facial reactions will be, what their emotions will be, what their psychology is, what their background is, what they are currently thinking. All this has to be thought beforehand when we are creating e-content and when we are thinking of offering an online course. Let us move forward. So this is one line which I liked when I had attended one international conference, and one of the speakers in that conference said, you see, what is the problem with today's education? And though the conference was related to higher education, the speaker said more or less school education, higher education, this is the same problem. And what is the problem? The speaker said 19th century syllabus is taught by 20th century teachers to the 21st century learners. This is the back problem. So the syllabus curriculum has to be upgraded to 21st century requirements. The teachers who have learned in the 20th century have to get upgraded to the 21st century skills. So this is something which is required as far as the teaching community is concerned. We need to upgrade the curriculum, the syllabus, the pedagogy, and the skills which are required to deliver the lectures in the classroom where the learners are from the 21st century. Okay. What is the need for e-learning? Okay, we need to understand, once we have decided to walk on the path of creation of e-content and creation of online courses, we all should be on one platform as far as the philosophy of e-learning is concerned. The first and the foremost is that to create continuous and holistic learning environment. Now, we all have entered into credit system 10 years back or so, and now we have choice-based credit system. Now, NEP is also demanding that. NEP also says there has to be a continuous evaluation of the learners. We say that we have adopted credit system, and in credit system, we are doing continuous evaluation of the learners. But actually, if you reflect and you see what we are actually doing as far as the continuous evaluation of learners is concerned, I'm a mathematics faculty, so I can say it. I can use the mathematical term for that. What we do as a part of evaluation is not continuous evaluation. It is discrete evaluation. So we are evaluating the learners from where are we evaluating? From admission to mid-semester and from mid-semester to semester end. There is only one. If you're taking two internals, then 1 and 2 are, the gaps are there in between. So it's a discrete evaluation. Continuous evaluation means it's a continuous process. Every day, every minute, every hour, some or the other way, we are doing the evaluation of the learners. Maybe formal, informal, maybe graded, maybe not graded. Every evaluation did not finally culminate into a grade or into a marks, right? So are we doing that? If we want to do that, continuous evaluation, continuous learning, holistic learning of the learners, the learners should be well-rounded individuals. So they should get an all kind of idea, multidisciplinary learning. How is that going to happen in an offline classroom? There are so many constraints and so many limitations when we talk about an offline classroom. So these time constraints have to be bridged. Teachers have a specific amount of time when they go to colleges and universities. Students have a very limited time. They enjoy going to the campus, but not enjoy going inside the classrooms. Now, this is again a problem which has to be addressed. One of the participants was saying, nowadays students don't come. So why do they don't come? Because they are disinterested in the entire system. We teachers from KG to PG have to bring them into the classroom. We should be giving them the confidence that yes, this is the right place for you to be. And not only the campus. Yes, campus always is good. It is dynamic. It is full of energy and youthfulness. But then from the campus, they should also enter inside the classrooms. So time constraint is there. Then this concept of anybody, anytime, anywhere. Anybody should be able to learn. Why only the learners who have enrolled into a specific college or a university department should be learning? There are many people who are outside this domain also. They should be also able to learn. So education as an Indian concept was for everybody. Education for all. Okay, so we also should be moving in that direction. Anybody should be allowed to learn. Anytime. Why is it necessary only 7 to 12 in the morning people should learn? Well, I would like to learn early morning 4 o'clock or midnight 12 o'clock. Then are you going to open the college midnight 12 o'clock or early morning 4 o'clock? No. But then is there any provision which we can create? If yes, then the learner will be happy to learn anywhere. Why are you forcing me to come inside the classroom and then only learn? See, we need to address the problems which the current education system is facing. UGC has given that 75% attendance is compulsory. Means UGC has already accepted 25% attendance is not required. Now learners, colleges and managements and institutes have given another 25-30%. 50% se kam hoga to bhi chalega, you can give examinations. Why is it happening? Okay. So because we have this kind of concept that only when they come inside this 4-walled classroom, they will be learning. Only when I teach them, they will be learning. Now we have to come out of these biases. We have to come out of this. We have to think about this very seriously. That is the learning really going to happen when they enter the classroom? I was teaching in a college few years back before I joined the Mumbai University. In that college, one of the faculty who was teaching environmental science paper, EVS paper. In Maharashtra, we have this one of the compulsory paper for commerce students in the first year. So that professor, that lady, she used to conduct her lectures of environmental science in the garden of the college. And the backyard of the college, there was a small garden, there was a big tree, and there was a place where under the tree you can sit. And then she used to arrange for chairs or some kind of arrangement was made for the students to sit. And then she used to conduct lectures there. Some people protested. They said, oh no, our students should not be sitting on the floor. They should not be sitting on the tree. How can education happen there? Some teachers protested. Why is she taking the students outside? So she said to everybody, my friends, I am teaching environmental science paper. I should be teaching it in the environment. How can I draw the environment to the blackboard? Not necessary, right? I can just go and talk to them. This is the nature. We are going to talk about it. So these thoughts, they are so rigid in our mind. Anybody, anytime, anywhere. If that has to happen, then the ice has to be broken from where? It has to be broken from within. This kind of silos have to go away. We need to understand that we need to facilitate self-paced learning amongst the learners, because we accept this fact, right? Nobody will disagree that our classroom is full of all different IQ levels of students. There are students who are too good in the subject. There are students who are too weak in the subject. There are students who are average learners. And there is a group of students who don't know why they are there in the classes. Why am I here in this entire environment? No, I don't know. What I'm going to do after becoming a BCom, BA, BSc? No idea at all. So how do we deal with such kind of students? We as teachers, we have only one average formula, because in 48 minutes or 60 minutes of my lecture, I have to finish the syllabus in the due course and I have to get the things done. So I just go into the classrooms and I do whatever is supposed to be done. Whether the learners are learning or not, teaching is done. Whether the learning is done or not, question mark. So self-paced learning, if you want to promote self-paced learning, which is by and large, most of the students fall into this category of self-paced learning, we need to have e-learning environment. Are the students having an engagement with the learning process? Are they engaged in the entire learning process, or they are disengaged? Now, if you want to engage the learners in the learning environments, in the learning process, then you have to give some more additional tools to them. So why do we need e-learning? Because we want to increase the engagement of the learners in the entire learning process. Can we track the students' progress continuously? You had decided some learning outcomes, course outcomes, program outcomes. No, nowadays everything is outcome-based education. You also might have heard in the NAC and everywhere it is required, and UGC is also asking for that. So how do you take care of this outcome-based education? How do you see that the outcomes which you have decided for the course, for the program, for the module, for the unit? So tracking is required. And that manually, if you do, then as one of the participants said, no, we have become more of clerks nowadays. Why? Because we have decided to become clerks. Okay, can we come out of this clerical system? Yes. We need to focus on the core important part, which is to see that the learners learn. Don't think that your core objective is to teach. No. Even if you disagree, I am happy. But please understand, all of us, all teachers are not there. Our objective is not to teach. Our objective is to see that the learners learn. And if that is the situation, if that is an objective, then we need to focus on this aspect. How do my learners learn? Whether they are on the right path of learning or they have digressed, they have moved away. Then we have to bring them back. So tracking the students' progress continuously. Use of multimedia content. The moment you use a lot of different animations, videos and simulations and different kind of disruptive technology like augmented reality, virtual reality, etc., then you are making the learning engagement, right? Learning engagement is being increasing, right? You make the learning interesting. You bring a lot of different angles to the learning. Therefore, use of multimedia wherever required, not unnecessary bombarding with all kind of multimedia tools. That also is a problem of disengagement. That also creates disengagement. And the final point, blended learning, flipped learning, which I've already talked about, and I don't want to take more time on this part. All of us might have heard about it. Even if you don't know what is blended learning, flipped learning is mixing different learning strategies, and flipped learning is classwork and homework is flipped. What you do in the class, give as homework. What you want the students to do at home, get it done inside the class in front of you. That is flipped learning. Okay. So this is, yes, please.
So flip learning, can you repeat?
Flip learning is where you flip. Flipping is what? Just shifting, right? Ulta pulta. So what do you flip? Classwork and homework is what you flip. Means what we do in the class, what is our classwork? We go and teach, we give them some homework. So what you do is you reverse this. What you wanted to teach, give them as a handout, as a video or whatever, as a home activity. Go home and read this or watch this. Tomorrow when you come to class, actually what you had given as homework, now you take the time, instead of teaching, now you just clarify the doubts. Make them solve some problems, let them do some activity inside the class. So classwork is shifted as homework and homework is done as a classwork. This is called as flip learning. Now, what is the relation of flip learning with e-learning? How will you give something for them to do as a homework? Okay, for example, you have created some videos, put it on YouTube, put it on your learning management system, put it on some place where they can watch the videos, they can participate, they can give their thoughts, collect all those thoughts and put it in the classroom next day and discuss that. Having a discussion forum, having an activity, having some kind of evaluation, informal, formal assessment. That is how the flipped learning works. It's the most powerful tool. In your next academic year, try to think of doing some sessions of flipped learning, not all, because this is experiment. Don't convert everything in one go. In one night, nobody can become a, what you say, Pelwan. If you want to become a Pelwan, a wrestler, then you cannot do that in one night, okay? Because the next day, if you want to become a wrestler and today you drank 100 liters of milk, you drank 100 liters of pure cow ghee, and you did 1000 Surya Namaskars, next day you will land in hospital, not in the wrestling competition. Similarly, give it in a small bits and pieces for the learners. Do some small experiments with them. Do some experiments with your own self. How well you are acquainted and expert in this particular thing. And then when you get confidence, then you can scale it up slowly for your entire course, entire unit, entire module, etc., etc. But do these experiments. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Don't be of this kind of thought, oh, how can I do that? No. You should definitely try. Fine. Let us move. So what is this online learning all about? Let us do a SWOT analysis, strengths, weakness, opportunities, and challenges. This is generally what we do in management also, right? So what are the strengths as far as the online learning is concerned? Online learning, the strengths are it is adaptive. It is more of personalized learning. What are the choices? We take care of the choices. We take care of the biases. We take care of the perceptions. We take care of the expectations, the aspirations. We take care of the characteristics and behavior of the learners, prospective learners, anybody, anytime, anywhere, multimedia resources, and all kind of free assessment, all kind of assessments. We can think of the way to assess. We are able to do that in an online mode. These are the strengths of online learning. What are the weaknesses? Initially, it is time consuming. Now we need to understand the key word here is not time consuming. The key word here is initially. Anything which you do as a new part, something which is very new for you, it will take some time for you to gain confidence over it. So in the initial period, it will be time consuming. The moment you get expert over it, you can do it fatafat. Okay, there is no issue about it. You can use multiple resources. Sometimes that becomes a problem, from where to gather, how to gather. Moreover, teachers think that I only have to do all that kind of work. So how can I do that? That is what people think. Internet connections, infrastructure, support staff, backing of the institution, etc. All these are questions which are questions related to weaknesses associated with online learning. But what are the opportunities? It is scalable. See, today we cannot be alpa santusht. No, I don't know the English word for being alpa santusht. Okay, alpa santusht is that you get satisfied with a small thing what you get. Don't be like that. I am happy with 60 students and 30 students. No, you cannot be like that. Otherwise, how can you become a teacher? A teacher will say, I want more students. I want to interact with more number of people. I want to give away the knowledge which I have to more number of people. So you should not be satisfied with 10, 15, 30, 60, 100, 120 students. I want 1,000 students. I want 5,000 students. I want 10,000 students. So the opportunities of this is it is scalable. There's a big, huge market demand. Thousands and thousands of learners are there who would like to learn from you. You are an expert in your subject. You need to deliver. You need to reach out to these learners. Through what is the method? Use of open educational resources, use of open licenses, Creative Commons licenses. Now, these are the opportunities. This also is an answer to the problem that do I have to create it all alone? The answer is no. You can use open educational resources. I have created a mathematical video on a particular topic. You can use it if you like it for your own students. You can modify if I give you the copyright for that. So many things are possible to be done. These are the big opportunities for all of us. It is not a prerogative of a particular professor from Princeton University, Oxford University, and Harvard University that they only can offer online courses. No, a very junior assistant professor of any college also in India, in any university in India, should offer and can offer an online course. Because we are expertise in that. Why we should be shying away of it? It is our responsibility to be global with the local vision. So you should be looking at capturing the global market, but at the same time, you have to satisfy and take care of your local students, which we are already doing. So there is no point on that, no problem on that. There is nothing to be discussing more about it, right? We all are agreeing to this point. And finally, what are the challenges? Quality. The moment you go for online teaching, learning, evaluation, and all that kind of environment, the question of this quality always remains there. Many people will ask, your colleagues will ask, your seniors will ask, your management will ask, Aam Janta will ask, what about the quality? And nobody is asking this, what about the quality when we are teaching in the offline classes, right? Who goes and checks, where is the quality check? Who goes inside every classroom and finds out whether the teacher is delivering the lecture properly or not? At least when we are dealing in the online environment, it is in public domain. People can see what you are teaching. People can read what you are doing. So this question is a challenge. I am putting it as a challenge because it is a challenge in the mindset, first of all. That mindset has to go away. And when I am delivering, let us take it to as an activity for us as an individual teacher. I will take care of the quality. The challenge is to work as a team. Now, this is again a problem, psychological and mindset problem for teachers. I have seen this, and I hope that all of you have attended this particular session. They are not like that. Let us hope that. What have I seen? In one department, there are 4 teachers, and 4 teachers look, their faces are in 4 different directions. They don't want to come, sit together and discuss. There's a problem of confidence. एकमेकांच्या प्रति विश्वासच नाही, संवाद नाहीये. So teamwork is a challenge. The moment we want to offer an online course, friends, the most important thing to understand, you are not supposed to work alone. You have to work as a team. Okay, for that you have to give some time, but everybody will have a dedicated time slot in this entire team. Then the challenge is about the credit transfers. UGC has allowed 40% of credits which can be taken by the students. Now 40% credits can be taken by the students. When I say this is allowed by the UGC, what is the actual situation? What percentage of students are actually getting the credits? Very less percentage of students. Why? Because it is not gone down as a policy. So students are learning because learning is free. On Swayam, there are more than 2,000 courses. Learning is free. For certification, you have to give the examination, pay some examination fee. So there is a problem with the policy makers that they are not able to get down to the last student who is enrolling into these courses and make them understand that you pay these examination fee and you get the certification so that the credit transfer can be given. So credit transfer on completion of the course is a big challenge as far as the online teaching learning evaluation is concerned. This is applicable for online e-content also, online courses also. All these four different domains which I'm talking about, it is related to both e-content development also and online courses also. Now, this is what is there on your screen is not the reason why you should create e-content and why you should offer online courses. This is not the reason. Then what is this? This is UGC 7th pay gazette notification, which says that if you create a 4-quadrant MOOC, right, you get 20 points. If you create one module, you get 5 points. If you create one module, one quadrant, you get 2 points. Now, this, what you see on your screen for creation of online courses, for creation of e-content, is a byproduct for all of you if you do this. Don't do this because you want to get this. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say. I'm very clear about this. Okay, as I say whatever is there in my mind in a very simple words without mixing them. Okay, why? Because I don't think this is the reason why you should be doing. If you create an online course, if you offer an online course, if you create some e-content in 4 quadrants, then you'll be getting this point. This is a byproduct of your activity. Don't do it for this sake. Why? Because you should be doing it because this is the demand of today's generation. So you should do it. If you do it, then definitely you're going to get benefited. What is the benefit? The benefit is there on your screen. Okay. Think about this. Okay. Think about this because this is very, very different. People will not say, and then people will not understand what I'm trying to say in the first instant. But if you understand what I'm saying, the philosophy of this is that the philosophy is we should understand the requirements of today's generation, and accordingly we should change our style of delivery of the subjects. If you do so, then this is a benefit which is there on the screen. Okay, so that is what my entire point about this screen is concerned. Okay, fine. So a moment of activity, self-reflection, 2 minutes. Take the notebook, pen. Activity number 2. Do you want to create an online course? Say yes or no. Actually, all of you have said yes sometime back, but now after listening all this, some no's may become yes, some yes may become no. It should not become, but may become. And what's not going right in the face-to-face classroom? Okay, identify 1 or 2 points, not many. We don't have time also. I'm just giving you 2 minutes. Identify some issues which you feel are currently not going right in your offline lectures, in your face-to-face classroom. 1 or 2 points. अभी आपके क्लासरूम्स में क्या ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है? What you are not happy with? ऐसे 1 या 2 पॉइंट लिखिए और पहला सवाल है, do you want to create an online course? दोनों के जवाब लिखिए. You can write it either in the chat also, or ideally you should write it in your notebooks, and then you can raise your hand. I'll give some people the chance to say it through the microphone. So, moment you finish, you can just raise your hand. Okay. If I can get some new names who have not answered previously, it would be good. Otherwise, I would be forced to ask those who have already spoken before. Okay. So, Swati, I can give you a chance if nobody else raises hand. I can see one hand raised. Okay. In the chat also, I can see one response coming up. Fine. So let me read out the chat answer first and then I'll come to Dipti. Sucheta madam has written that yes, I'm interested in creating an online course. That's very good. And she writes that students don't come to attend lectures. This is a very correct observation. Only 50% or less students attend the lectures in person. Okay, good, Sucheta madam. So Dipti?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Again, sir, I would also like to create an online course.
Good.
I'm a English teacher, so related to language or literature, whatever, I would be interested in doing that. And again, sir, I think most of the students nowadays, they are doing a part-time job. This is the trend that I have been seeing from last 2 or 3 years in my college, especially. So they don't, they actually want to attend, but they can't. So obviously that is the constraint, like face to face in the face to face classroom. So obviously if it's an online course, that time constraint is not there. They can attend the lecture anytime, as you said, anytime, anywhere. So again, I that is the thing that I have observed.
Okay, good. Nice observations. Archana madam?
Yes, sir. So definitely we would, I mean, even I would like to create an online course. What I feel is not going right for face-to-face classroom is nowadays, sir, attention span of the student is very, very less. And what happens in face-to-face classroom, they have back-to-back lectures and in the sessions also, many a times the more or less lecture method is delivered where the students, they do not get opportunity to to reflect, to think and to learn also. So this can be definitely that we can cater this into online course where they will have flexibility to learn as per their own pace, because there are individual differences in the class. So some might learn fast, some might learn slow, in a less speed. So this pace can also be maintained in online course. This is what I feel.
Correct. Okay. Fine. So I can agree to all the points which you have made. And therefore, I feel that this is something which all of us should be discussing at the local level also with your colleagues, basically. Because we just cannot neglect these experiences which we have. For example, as Dipti madam was saying, that students are nowadays interested to work part-time somewhere and then in meanwhile also attend the lectures. How do we address this? Now, this cannot be addressed by either neglecting this completely and not trying to think about it. This is not good. Or this cannot be also addressed by converting our classrooms, our colleges into distance mode kind of, or an online mode kind of. So people are doing this, colleges are doing this. So this is not healthy. We need to really come to the core issue and discuss it and try to get some kind of solutions for this. So that is the reason why I wanted to get. And moreover, the moment we say that we have to, these are the challenges, these are the problems, these are the things which are not going right in the face-to-face classroom. Is there any remedy for which we can look the online learning for that? Okay, so is there any remedy for that? For example, not to replace. So please remember this. This is not to replace. This is to supplement your classroom teaching learning. So to supplement, can we convert this into some kind of hybrid way where we have a learning management system, for example, where through the learning management system, we are giving them some assistive tools so that their learning engagement increases, their interest in learning increases, their doubts are cleared, their learning is of all dimensions, etc. That is the reason why we should go into the reasoning of these experiences which have as far as the shortcomings or issues or challenges or problems which we are facing in our offline lectures. Fine. Very good. let us move forward. Now this, most of you might have seen, I don't know, but this is a 4-quadrant method which is followed, which is given by the Swayam manual also, where it tries to classify different things and put it into 4 different pockets, 4 different categories, which we call as 4-quadrant. Now, whenever we say that we have to create 4-quadrant content, basically it means what? It is to create these kind of things in these categories. So what is quadrant 1? Quadrant 1 is that we should create video content, we should create audio content, but this video and audio content has to be in an organized form. So that's why when somebody wrote YouTube, I asked this question that YouTube, is this a place where we can have an online course? Because YouTube is not an organized form. In a YouTube video, teaching is happening, but is learning happening or not is not tested, right? So therefore, that is not actually quadrant 1. Quadrant 1 only can be when there are remaining 3 quadrants also in the same place. Then only we can call that video also as a part of the quadrant 1. So animation, simulations, video demonstrations, virtual labs, all this along with the transcription of the video. Now, transcription of the video or the script of the video is very much necessary for 2 reasons. One is for the accessibility reasons. If any Divyang student is watching your video, then the transcript is going to help for them. And secondly, the transcript is important because when you write the script of your video, you are going to solidify your thoughts as far as how you are going to deliver this in the video format. So 10 times, so if you tell me to speak for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, I can go on speaking like this. But if you tell me to write what I spoke just now, it will take me 6 hours, more than 3 times the time of what I spoke. Why? Because when I write, I have to think 100 times that whatever I'm writing, is it full and proof? Is there any supporting document for that? Is this how the learners will be understanding, the teachers will be understanding? I think of 10 different things. So the moment you prepare the transcript and then go and record the video or record the audio, there's a very high probability that your video audio content will be appreciated and it will be in lines with achieving the outcomes which you have decided. So transcription of the video is utmost necessary in the first quadrant. The second quadrant is a continuation of your quadrant 1. It is not something which is similar to quadrant 1. Means what? What do I mean by when I say this? It means if you have created a 10 minutes video on a particular topic, then the transcript of that 10 minutes video is not quadrant 2. Because that you have already done. So what is in addition to that video which you like to give on the same topic? So you'll give them some additional reading material, some ebooks, some illustrations, some case studies, your PowerPoint presentation, some external web references, some open educational resource content which is available on internet, some additional videos created by somebody else, right? Some research paper articles, some anecdotal information, some historical development of that particular topic, right? Sometimes it is good if you provide the historical development of that particular topic or some biography of some person which is involved in that. This is a supplementary additional material which we give apart from the video and audio content. So when you are planning your online course, in that entire planning process, you need to understand this entire syllabus, every unit, every topic, every subtopic. There is no need to create a video on that. Please write it down if you're going to forget. There is no need to create videos for entire syllabus, every subtopic. No. Wherever it is required, use quadrant 1. Wherever it is required, use quadrant 2. Wherever it is required, you can use quadrant 3 and quadrant 4 also. For example, certain concept, whether it is known to the learners or not known to the learners, can be tested using a quiz. So use the quadrant 4. You did not create a video on everything required. Not necessary. Please understand this. This is going to decrease your pressure. Okay, there is a lot of pressure on teachers when they want to offer an online course because they feel everything has to be done in an online format, which is video format. No. So when you're planning your online course with your team members, when you're sitting together, you need to write down in these, you have to prepare an Excel sheet with 5 columns. The first column is the name of the topic. If you're having a pen and paper, please draw that 5 columns. What is that you will write in the first column? Name of the topic. Okay. So what you want to do? So you divide your entire syllabus into units, modules, and small subtopics. Each topic is of what duration? 10 minutes video duration. Okay, not more than 2 pages, more than enough. So column 1 is what? Name of the topic. Then the remaining 4 columns are quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Write Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Write the title headings of all the remaining 4 columns as Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now, what will you write in these 4 columns? Suppose you write topic 1 by some name which is related to your course. Then for that subtopic, you need to write down what is that I am going to do for this subtopic. Whether I am going to create a video. If yes, then put a tick over that. Whether I am going to create some reading material, then tick over it. Whether you want to do both, you can do both also. But don't repeat. Replica nahi hona chahiye, same nahi hona chahiye, additional hona chahiye. Whether on this topic you would like to have some discussion topics, whether on this topic you would like to have some evaluation of the learners, tick, 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 cross, cross, whatever is required, you can. Like that, you prepare one entire Excel sheet for your at least 1 unit. Do this exercise with your team members. It's a good exercise. So understand this 4 quadrant methodology. This is one example of 4 quadrants. Any questions still here?
No, sir.
Okay. For all? No for all? What about others? Any questions in the chat? You can
No,
say yes.
sir.
No,
No, sir.
no questions?
Understood. Yes.
All is clear? Okay, very good. If all is clear, I asked 2-3 times, then this is the third activity for you. A teacher creates an online course by making audio, video, self-instructional material, quizzes for evaluation, and also created a discussion forum for discussion. Has the teacher done the job completely? Okay. In the chat, say yes or say no. If required, I'll ask for you to unmute yourself and then say something. But you just now said that you have understood the all 4 quadrant strategy, right? Now this is a question in front of you. If a teacher has done this, which is there on your screen, then what would you say to the question? Has the teacher done the work completely? So I've got only 2 replies from roll number 2 and 27. One is yes and one is no. The class is divided into 2 groups. Now I have 1 yes and 2 no. You need to increase your speed because I have many slides yet to finish. It is 12:40. Only 3 people have responded. 4. Okay, so 1 yes, 3 no's. So audience poll, if you take no, then more are on the no side as of now. 1 versus 3. Don't ask on which side I am because I will not bias you by giving my answers. Okay, so I have how many no's now? 4 no's. 1 yes and 4 no. So take 30 seconds, but please reply. Is it so difficult question? All of you said yes, we have understood everything. Then this is a very easy question, right? Okay, now those who said no, I would take them first. Okay, because there's only one yes. So the one yes is in the very, very small minority. So we'll first talk about the people. Oh, there are two yeses now. Okay, but those who have said no, why?
Sir, the quizzes for evaluation has been prepared, but then the evaluation process will have.
We couldn't hear you after what that last line what you said. So maybe if you are having some difficulty, you can put a message in the chat.
So feedback is very important, I feel.
Feedback is important. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. And along with feedback, I think instructions how to use this online course, I think that should be given.
So are we all going back to the first slide which I shared with you? How to, is it enough to prepare a tea, and even if you prepare the tea, will it be liked by the guest? Is it a similar kind of question?
Yes, it's a similar kind of a question.
So we have this 4-quadrant, but then these 4-quadrant things are not a tick mark kind of things. Yes, I have done quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4, done. Now my course is complete. Let everybody take it. There are many things which we have to understand that beyond these 4 quadrants, or you have to read the between the lines, you have to read, no? We say always that is what we have to take care of. And what one of the participants very rightly said, in fact, if time permits, I am going to talk about that, which is instructional design. So if time permits, I am really going to talk about it. Otherwise, maybe sometime later we can talk about it. But without that, this online course is completely going to be incomplete. So please understand this. Okay, this is good enough, but this is not the final. Now, what you see on your screen right now are different ways in which you can record your videos. So this is taken from the Swayam manual itself. These are called as video typologies. Typologies means different types of ways, different ways in which we can create your video recordings. So there are different names attached to all these things, and this is just a glimpse. You can have something beyond these also. There are more than 30 such video typologies. This is another set of 9. These were 6 plus this is 9. So I have shown you 15 different ways in which you can create your videos. You can there is when you talk about audios, there is nothing, no pictorial thing to show. But think about offering or creating your e-content in the audio format also. Many teachers feel that we should only prepare content which is video content because you should be there on the screen, right? Your face should be there on the screen. I'll tell you one fact which is about these Swayam courses. So when we are creating these Swayam courses, there is a manual, there is a booklet which is given to us in which all rules and regulations are mentioned. One of the rule with reference to the video creation is that the person, the resource person, should not be seen on the screen for more than 1/3 of the time. So for example, if you are giving a video of 12 minutes, then in that entire 12 minutes, you should not be on the screen more than 4 minutes. That is a formula which they have given. You can be less than 2 minutes also, because what is it trying to say is, unless you are using some method like interview method or conversation method, other than that, so there are certain methods for which this formula is not applicable, but otherwise, like the way I'm sitting right now, no, if I go on talking like this for 12 minutes, 10 minutes, it is boring. So you should go away, you should go off the screen, then come back on the screen. So going off and coming back is good. That is how you should try to balance. So these are different typologies. In the chat, I've got a message to share some readings for video types. You just download the Swayam manual from the UGC website. You will see all kind of things which I am seeing right now. These pictures I've taken from IIM Bangalore, one training program which we had conducted So they had shared these pictures. So it is available in the SWAYAM manual also. You can see these pictures. In addition, you already have my contact details. You can write to me. I can share some additional things which you require. Okay. Few tips. So once you have decided that you are going to create an online course, you are going to create e-content, then there are certain tips which we have to take care of. The first is audio. So whether you are doing an audio content or video content, audio is anyway going to be there in both the cases. About the audio, first thing is there should be clarity. Clarity as far as the voice is concerned. So you should not be fumbling, you should not be eating words in between, you should not be missing out the grammar, or the language in which you are speaking should be foolproof. Now we are tempted to use this bilingual mode. No, you should try to avoid bilingual. I'm suggesting, I'm not forcing it on you, but I'm suggesting that use one language for communication. Don't use a mix of 2-3 languages. Just you want to show that you are so cool. Not required. So clarity in the voice, clarity in communication, clarity about the language. Don't have a same tone throughout your entire audio or video. It's monotonous. It should not be. Use different voice modulation techniques. We are not voiceover artists, so we may not be very much expert in that. But yes, slowly, steadily, we can definitely learn these things. Content flow has to be properly managed. It should not be haphazardly, randomly something. So that cannot happen, okay, unless you are not prepared. If you're not prepared, then you will be just running from 1 to 10, 10 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 4. So you'll be running between 1 to 10 randomly. It will not happen if you are prepared. So script writing is very important. Your content should be engaging. It should not be disengaging with the learner. So the learner is not understanding what I'm listening to. The pace, the speed. Some people have a very high speed of speaking. Some people are very, very slow. They speak one word at a time. So pace, speed, you need to take care of that. And then the background music. Some people are used to having some music which is running behind. If it is required, appropriate music can be added in the background. The volume of the background music should be properly balanced. Too much of loud music at the background will again create an obstacle. Learners will not be able to connect. Music sunu ki iska bhashan sunu. Students will think about it. Then certain recordings should always be done in a studio environment. So you take care of the audio disturbance part. Then comes the graphics. So graphics means whatever you are using as multimedia, no? The design, the color, the clarity of the information which you want to communicate using the graphics has to be clear. Otherwise, you want to say something, but you are using some graphics which is not related at all. The dimension, the size. Sometimes what happens is that we create some kind of graphics in our laptop or mobile phone, and when we put it inside the video, in the video it extrapolates so that it pixelates. So it looks blurred. It is not looking clear. So the dimensions, the resolution of the images and graphics, the type of fonts. So this has to be aesthetic. It cannot be randomly chosen kind of things. Okay, then the formatting options, left aligned, right aligned, justified, how you want to put it, italics, bold, or it should be aesthetic. Okay, it should look good. Otherwise, it will not match. Okay, people will not be feeling engaging with it. If you're using PowerPoint presentations, then you should be very much short, crisp, to the point. Entire paragraph, whole transcript you have put on one slide and you're reading the slide. Not required. You should not be done. No essays. Okay, 10, 20, 30 formula is not actually for online e-content generation. It is for general presentations. 10 is the number of slides. 20 is the font size, and 30 minutes is the maximum. Okay, so maximum 30 minutes of presentation, 20 is the font size, and 10 is the number of slides. Not more than that should be given when you're doing an offline presentation. In case of our online presentations, we are forced to do a minimum 90 minutes of presentation. So this formula is not applicable for that things. Okay. Types of e-content. So you can create. Yes, any question? Okay. So yes. In types of e-content, we have audio podcast, which you can create. Interview method you can use for audio podcast, or single podcast also is good. In videos, you should know how you should create the video, how much should be the length of the video. Now, UGC Swayam recommends that it should be 8 to 10 minutes, not more than that. In fact, you can have a 2 minutes video also, that is fine. But do not extend beyond 10 minutes. 12 minutes maximum, it's fine. But ideally, it should be between 8 to 10 minutes. So whatever you would like to communicate, be very crisp to the point and see that you use all kind of different combinations so that the video becomes interesting for the learners to watch. You can provide transcript, Word, PDF, Excel, PowerPoint presentations. You can add images, photos, images, copyrighted, not copyrighted. So take care of that IPR part. Graphics, I've already talked about. Then animations, wherever required, wherever necessary. See, we know in English, we have this phrase, right? A picture speaks 1,000 words. So same is the case for graphics, same is the case for animations. So what you wanted to explain in 5 minutes using your audio video, you can explain in 30 seconds using an animation. Nowadays, I don't know how many of you are a social media addict. I should be using the word addict. But if you are on social media and you watch reels on Facebook, on Instagram, see the duration of the reel is not more than 60 seconds. And in that 60 seconds, in that 1 minute, in that 2 minutes, so much of good information is given in a rich format. So we should take help of all these reel makers. Okay, we should use it positively. So that's why in your group, when you're creating e-content, keep some young batch, young age students or your pass out students with you. They will help you in doing all these kind of things. Wherever required, use simulation. Wherever required, you can use augmented reality, virtual reality. These are new disruptive technological tools. Use various types of assessment tools, softwares, and all those kind of things, so that you can evaluate your learners in a holistic way, in an integrated way, and not the standard format of multiple choice questions with 4 choices and only single answer correct. So change the strategies. You need to evaluate the learners in different modes. Fine. And I have how much time? 12:53. So 7 minutes. So I'll show you one more image which is related to 4 quadrants only. This is learner-centric 4 quadrant. What is it called? Learner-centric 4 quadrant. So the earlier also was 4 quadrant. This also is a 4 quadrant, but the only difference now is we have added a learner-centric kind of adjective to that. This is developed by IIT Bombay, Department of Education Technology, and this is a very well accepted format for creating online courses. So when you are decided that you want to create an online course, I'll just read out and share with you some important pointers, because we are running short of time and I would like to have 10-15 minutes of interaction with all of you. So I'll just quickly go through this. What are these 4 quadrants? If you go from the first quadrant, learning dialogues. So here they are recommending that you don't create monologues by the means of creating videos and audios. The videos should be interactive videos. Because of technology, we can make videos interactive, right? So what happens because of the interactiveness, the video pauses whenever you are asking the video to pause technologically. Video pauses, a question comes up on the screen and the student answers the question. If it is right, the video resumes and moves forward. If it is wrong, the video can go back and play from a certain time frame. These are called as deflection spots. So when you're writing the script of the video, the language has to be a communication language. And at certain instances, you can create a reflection spot. For example, in the video, in the midst of the video, you can say, friends, let us stop this video for a moment and give your reflections on this question which is there on your screen. Now, this is a dialogue which the teacher has written when the script was being prepared. And when the video was uploaded on the learning management system or on the online course platform, the video pauses when this dialogue is done. And on the screen, some question appears, the student have to reply to that question, and then the video can resume forward. Now, this is very, very interesting. Okay, you just think of this scenario that you have created a video which otherwise was a one-way delivery. What is this learner centricness in this? What is that has got added? Content added to that. Content is a reflection spot. So if you add the reflection spot to your videos, it becomes a learning dialogue, and therefore this becomes learner centric. In the second quadrant, we know that when we listen, it's the first step. When we write down, when we do something, it is second phase. The learning goes up the ladder, one phase up, one step up. So the second quadrant, obviously, after learning dialogues, is learning by doing. Give the students some activities to do based on the content which you shared in the first quadrant, and based on the reflection spots, you can give them some activities. But again, what is the learner centricness in that? In addition to the activities which you give for the learners to see whether they have, how much they have learned, provide them with a constructive, customized feedback. Very important. So you should be giving them some customized feedback so that you can really take the learning to the next level. So learning dialogues creates interest, makes you understand where the students are. Then learning by doing will take them to the next level. Learners also will give you a feedback. You can give them a feedback. Once this is done, now you need to extend the learning trajectory. And the learning extensions can happen when you provide, in addition to the content and the activities given in the first and second quadrant, now you provide some external additional resources for them to further enhance their learning, right? To solidify their learning, to consolidate their learning, concepts they have understood or not. And to check that, the learner centricness in this is to provide some assimilation quiz. Finally, once the learning extension trajectory is also drawn, you need to have the students opening their mouth. Means what? Share what they have learned, right? So learning, experience, interaction. We all have this experience when we were students, and now when we are teaching also, that the moment we share with others and discuss, we learn better. So how do you expand, how do we have this learners experience interaction? By the mode of offering some focused questions for discussions. So use the discussion forum, ask a question which is a focused question, focused on the quadrant 1, 2, and 3 content, focus on the topic, focus on the course. Based on your experiences of the activities, feedback, based on your experiences of the assimilation quiz, you can prepare your focused question. Focused question, here the learner centricness is by adding peer interaction and reflection quiz. Peer interactions will solidify again the learning of the learners, because when the peers interact, they are in a friendly manner, right? They will definitely appreciate each other's shortcomings and good things and all those things. Give them some reflection quiz so that they are able to reflect upon all these things. This orchestration of learner centricness is what this learner centric MOOCs model, LCM as it is called, is developed by IIT Bombay. So overall, this is what I wanted to share with you. Do you have any questions? If yes, then we can take the questions now. So I'm stopping the presentation because it is 1 o'clock approximately, and I would expect you to ask more questions and get into the details. As I said in my presentation, there are certain more slides which are there, but I will stop here because I want people to share their thoughts about all this designing learner-centric e-content and designing learner-centric online courses, etc. So the floor is open for discussions. You can on your videos if you're comfortable and if you are having the web camera and all that on your machines so that we can see each other and we can interact. If not, then through the audio mode, you can ask questions. So from my side, it is done. Yes, please. Yes.
So just now you showed the IIT Bombay model for MOOC. So whatever our 4 quadrants of MOOC are there, where does it fit into, or which quadrant does it fit into, or or is it a separate, I mean, totally separate one?
See, first of all, it is a model. Okay. And the model tries to map the existing 4 quadrants as suggested by the Swayam manual. So there is no missing quadrant in that. All 4 quadrants have been taken care of. The content plus reflection spot is the quadrant 1 of the Swayam. Activities and feedback is the quadrant 4 of your quadrant 4 you can take into that. Resources and assimilation quiz is the second quadrant, and focus question, peer interaction, reflection quiz is quadrant 3 plus quadrant 4. So basically it is a mixture of all 4 quadrants. It is a model which uses the concept of 4 quadrants, but it tells you the practical way in which you should actually be delivering. The delivery of your course should be practically in this format. That is what it gives.
So while designing the MOOC, we can directly adapt this IIT Bombay model.
Yes, absolutely. You can adopt it. This is there is no as such for adopting it. There is no copyright kind of thing. You can definitely use it's a instructional design kind of environment.
Yes.
Yes, Parag sir. Your audio is muted, sir. Mic is muted.
Since 4 years, I am the SPOC of Swayam branch. Number of students are attending the courses only. We have an NTA center also at my college, 100 PC center. But how we should force the students or make the students to appear for the examination? Appearance for the examination is a very big issue, sir, because 1,000 rupees is the fees. On the SPOC group also, I asked the authorities to reduce the fees because our university fees is less as compared with Swayam fees. But they denied it, and they have advised me that let them do the online courses, learn only. So generally 100 to 150 girl students, I have women's college, they attend the courses from different streams.
So I can give you my personal opinion about it.
Yes.
I cannot say anything else beyond that because it is a policy decision of the government bodies to take a call on that. And also parallelly, it is a policy decision for the universities also. See, we need to understand that universities are also autonomous universities. So in a sense, we are autonomous. We can decide certain things on our own also. What I've observed is that at the university level also, we are not ready to reduce the economical burden on the students by way of reducing their fees. We want to collect the entire fee of the learners, whatever it may be. It may be 150 rupees, 250 rupees as compared to 1,000 rupees, whatever it may be. But that also the colleges and universities not ready to waive off. That is what I've observed. Your university may be doing it. I'm not knowing about it.
If they are not appearing for the examination, they didn't get the certificate.
No, that is fine. That is fine. See, there are two things in this which are related. One is at the policy level of the government and universities and the colleges, autonomous colleges to decide. The second thing which we can do across irrespective of the policy is to sensitize and orient the learners about this opportunity. I don't know whether you have experienced this, but my observation when I discussed with so many colleges and students and teachers is that students are yet not aware that there is this 40% of credits which I can do online. They are yet not aware. They feel that 100% has to be done from the college.
Sir, one thing, there is no clarity at the level of the college teachers about 40%.
Agreed. So that is what I'm saying. So students are not aware.
Students are far away, sir, from us.
So the point is that who will tell the students? It is the duty of the system, education system. So teachers, parents, principals, universities, everybody, all stakeholders are involved. Okay. And I also add the student community in this stakeholder. They also should proactively get into these things. Okay. So it's overall the first part which I feel that is the responsibility of all stakeholders to see that this reaches out to all the students. Okay, that is the thing which I can talk about, share about this particular point. Otherwise, I agree because it is true. At my level also, I have tried to see that the policymakers don't take. In fact, if you know that when the first time this Swayam courses were given, the examination fee was refunded back.
It is refunded back now also about the
No,
caste
but that is
students.
only by NPTL.
Reservation,
That is
yes.
only by NPTL,
NPTL.
not by others.
What happens, sir? It requires internet connection, it requires mobile, and uh, in the Mopesiri areas or in the villages, it is not easily accepted. In the cities, okay, but I think it is the need of the time because 50 to 60% teachers posts are vacant in all colleges of Maharashtra or all India.
Correct.
So
Correct.
there is a need of online teaching.
I agree to your
100%.
point.
Yes, and I think in NEP forthcoming from June 2024, that will be very useful for us because I am on NPTL. I have completed 40 days RP course also. Then
You are
Gujarat
from which
course also.
college?
Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Karad, sir, Satara district.
Nice. We'll meet sometime. Okay, let us take some questions as far as this presentation. So designing e-content, designing online courses. Are you thinking of any kind of challenge, issues, problems, or is there any question in your mind? Please feel free to ask.
So I feel that once you start designing, it is then that the questions will come. Like now it is seeming to be like, okay, we can do it. But then the challenges will be, the real challenges will be when we start designing it, and then I think we'll face the problem or whatever.
Yes, you are right. So unless we start working on it, we will not understand what are the challenges.
Yes.
But at least we should start walking some baby steps. That is all what we can decide today.
Yes, sir.
Because that is required. We should not just leave this thought today. The session is over. My work is done. It should not happen like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
good. Yes.
We have interaction at Sangli with Shaligram sir and the studio members of the Pune University. The hurdle en route to the making of the MOOCs is that teachers are not easily getting the information. And we need a studio for shooting and all that things, waterproof, noise proof the room. These facilities are not easily available at college level, though we are eager to make our own MOOCs.
Yes, definitely. As far as the teachers training is concerned, this is a very valid point what you have raised. And therefore, I feel the HRDCs of various universities should proactively organize some programs. As you see, the Center of Excellence in E-Content Development, which we have started in University of Mumbai, is basically for that purpose to train the teachers how to create e-content, how to create online courses. And we also provide the studio facility for the teachers who are affiliated to University of Mumbai. So this is what the rest of the universities also should follow, basically. And in fact, in addition to that, we have also created a budget specifically for this Center of Excellence in E-Content Development. The budget is of 1 crore rupees.
Sir, one point. Generally, IITians are more in MOOC making as compared with our arts science college teachers. IIT professors are making the MOOCs and their MOOCs are very popular, sir.
Sir, because you are watching NPTL videos.
So I am also, sir. So I am SPC.
No, I have a completely different experience. The teachers of humanities and social sciences are very much good as far as development of e-content is concerned. The only thing is that they are not aware, they are not into this mode. No, so the entire technology has been outsourced to IITs, it seems. So people feel technology means IIT. It is not like that. Technology is something which the institution should provide to the teachers, and some training about how to create e-content and online courses have to be provided. The teachers are very much skillful. This is my experience. I am recording right now 4. We are doing MA Social 2 years program e-content right now, and recordings teachers have done. So if there is no question, then I think then we should stop. Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm here to give vote of thanks on behalf of UGC MMTTC. Aurangabad, and participants. I am very thankful to Mr. Mandar Bhanushe sir for giving such a knowledgeable session. The session was very interactive, full of activities, question and answers, lots of visuals, lots of pictures were there. He conveyed the topic designing e-content and online courses through various subtopics like need of e-learning, online learning, SWOT analysis, tips for multimedia e-content creation, types of e-content, etc. I am very much thankful to you, sir, for being here as a resource person. We all got benefited through your session. Thank you so much.
I'm also thankful to the organizers, Professor Ramesh and Professor Gaurav from HRDC, and all the participants who very actively participated and resonated the thoughts when I was speaking, I was discussing with you. I hope the same kind of interaction with all of you, maybe offline in your colleges, in your university sometime. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you very
sir.
much. Thank you, sir.
चाय अच्छी बनी सर.
बनी क्या?
Yes, sir.
चलो अच्छा है. शुभकामनाएं सबको.
Is it over, madam? Session is over? Hello?
Yes, I think so. I mean,
Is there lunch break
the
or?
Yes, session is
we
over, but still we have not received any
received any from
instructions that
Gaurav sir. Gaurav sir.
Maybe you are the host, madam. Today we will introduce or do what of things, no? They are the host. They can wind up the session.
So we will wait till we get the instructions. Yeah.
Can anyone call Gaurav sir?
Hello? Sir, what should we do now? Hello? Is there anybody to listen to us? Hello?
Sir, it's okay. They will come and tell us.
They
We will
should
just
tell
keep it on. I mean,
it is a
maybe
break
in
or
another
lunchtime or not.
sometime, maybe they will come and tell us. Because I think they are not there.
There, somebody from them should be there, no?
Hmm.
Hello. Hello.